welcome to our quiz. This is week 5 and this is going to be our final one. So if you've joined us for the 5, thanks for coming back. If you're new, welcome. My name is Nicola and this is Stuart. So tonight we'll have one question from each of the 23 films plus 7 general knowledge and also 2 guess the movie rounds. So we'll have 5 questions which will take us to 40. So this is what it's going to be broken down into. If you are new, if you're returning, you'll already know the score here.
Yep, so as you can see on the screen, we have broken the rounds down into 7 rounds. So the first 4 rounds directly relate to the phases released as box sets, and we'll then move on to general knowledge and our 2 guess the movie rounds. So the first one will be pictures and the second will be quotes.
After each question is read out, we'll pause and repeat for anyone who might have missed it, but we'll not be going back over any of the questions just because it holds everybody up. So we'll go through the answers for phase 1 and 2 before moving on to phase 3, and then we'll go through the answers for phase 3 before moving on to general knowledge, then do their answers, and then we'll finish with the 2 guess the movie rounds and their answers. And then that'll be it, the last and final quiz.
I know, that's it. 5 weeks.
I know, so if anyone's got any questions, just pop it in the live chat and we'll answer as we go. And we'll get started, I think, shall we?
Yeah,
last
go
one.
For it.
So this is questions from phase 1, and the movies are?
So we have Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, and the Avengers.
So, question 1. What nickname does Tony give to Thor? Final quiz, Davey, I know, sad.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're on these creaky chairs again. So, what nickname does Tony give to Thor? Hi, Kaylee. Hi, guys. So, question number 2. Hulk and Abomination battle in which major US city? The slippers, I know. Hi, Sam. So, Hulk and Abomination battle in which major US city? Question number 3 from phase 1. In Iron Man 2, who does Tony appoint as the new CEO of Stark Industries? So in Iron Man 2, who does Tony appoint as the new CEO of Stark Industries? Who's it going to be? So moving on to question 4 now. How does Thor stop the Bifrost from destroying Jotunheim?
Jotunheim.
Oh my god.
I should have went through this before.
I know. I always get the hard ones. You always get the easy ones to read out. You can read it out then.
Jotunheim.
Jotunheim. How does Thor stop the Bifrost from destroying Jotunheim?
So this was at the end of Thor.
Thor the OG. So question number 5 from phase 1. What did Steve and Peggy plan to do when the war was over? This is so cute. So what did Steve and Peggy plan to do when the war was over? Question number 6 now. At the beginning of Iron Man, Tony Stark is in Afghanistan to demonstrate what? So at the beginning of Iron Man, Tony Stark is in Afghanistan to demonstrate what? If you are just joining us, and we do go back over the questions before we give you the answers, so if you have missed any, you'll get a chance to take a guess at them before we give you the answers. So that was question number 6 from phase 1, and then we shall move on to phase 2 now. And the movies here are...
So we have Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, so after that, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man.
So
question number 1, what is the Lemurian star? So what is the Lemurian star? So this is from the Winter Soldier.
How are you finding the questions so far? Because I know that some of these might be a wee bit difficult.
Yeah, I think some of the later questions are quite hard, but it's the last week, so hopefully in the last 5 weeks you've watched some films.
I think that's a good thing as well, because there has been a few people that are now watching some of the films for the quiz, which I think is quite good. It's a good way to kill the lockdown situation. So, question 2.
What did Cap tell Tony off for at the beginning of Age of Ultron? Something that Steve Rogers gets slagged for the rest of the film. Okay, question 3. What country is Tony in when he first meets Aldrich Killian?
Lots of discussions going on here from Kaylee's household.
That's good. Like questions like that.
Indeed.
So what country is Tony in when he first meets Aldrich Killian? So this is in Iron Man 3. We think to the beginning of the film where they are. It's actually the first time that he meets Yinsen as well. Yinsen is the guy who helped Tony Stark when they were in the cave in the first Iron Man film. And he appears at the beginning of Iron Man 3 as well. Okay, so question 4. What is the name of the red liquid subatomic particle that allows Ant-Man to shrink and grow? So what is the name of the red liquid subatomic particle that allows Ant-Man to shrink and grow?
We were actually looking at some of the concept art for the Marvel lands that are going to be opening at some of the Disney parks, and there's a restaurant that's named after this, and it looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks so cool. Love to go there when it opens. I just want to see what kind of food they're going to do.
There's going to be loads of cool stuff.
I know.
Okay, so question number 5. What is the name of the dark red liquid the Dark Elves intend to use to bring eternal darkness upon the 9 realms? Another red liquid. I didn't realise that I'd put 2 together.
Don't get them mixed up.
So yeah, they're 2 very different things. What is the name of the dark red liquid the Dark Elves intend to use to bring eternal darkness upon the 9 realms? So this is from the Dark World. Okay, so question number 6. What is the name of the ancient artifact that housed the Power Stone? So this was from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Come on, no one remembers the Dark World. Hopefully you will.
That is a good point. You just need to take a hit on that one.
Take a wild guess. You never know what you might get. So, shall we go through the answers for phase 1 and 2?
Go for it.
So, question 1 from phase 1 was, what nickname does Tony give to Thor? And the answer was Point Break.
From the first Avengers film. That's a picture of Bodhi from Point Break.
So the answer to number 1 was Point Break. Hopefully he's got that. And question number 2 was Hulk and Abomination battle in which major US city? And the answer for that one was New York.
Arguably nobody remembers this one either.
So that was New York. Question number 3. In Iron Man 2, who does Tony appoint as a new CEO of Stark Industries? And it was Pepper Potts. Point Break, one of my favourite action movies ever, Davey says.
It's class. It's a classic. I've got it on DVD.
So question 3, the answer was Pepper Potts. And now we'll go on to number 4. You can read this one out.
How does Thor stop the Bifrost from destroying Jotunheim?
And it was?
He destroys the bridge with his hammer.
So he destroys the Bifrost Bridge. And now question number 5 from phase 1. What did Steve and Peggy plan to do when the war was over? And it was dance. They planned to dance.
Yeah.
Cute.
Which we finally get to see at the end.
Oh yeah.
At the very, very end.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert if you've not seen that.
Now for a lot of spoilers if you've not seen that.
Question number 6 from phase 1. At the beginning of Iron Man, Tony Stark is in Afghanistan to demonstrate what? And the answer for that one was a new missile.
Yep, the Jericho missile.
So phase 1, question 6, the answer was a new missile. So now moving on to phase 2. Question 1 for this one was, what is the Lemurian star? And the answer was a ship.
Yep, so this is at the beginning of Captain America the Winter Soldier. The Lemurian Star is a ship designed to launch targeting satellites for Project Insight.
Fun fact of the day. Question number 2 was, what did Cap tell Tony off for at the beginning of Age of Ultron? And it was his language.
Bonus point for Laura's husband.
Oh, well done. The name of the missile as well. If you're marking it at home and you want to give yourself a wee bonus point, give yourself a wee bonus point for that one.
Go for it, it's the last week. Treat yourself.
No, treat yourself. So question number 3. What country is Tony in when he first meets Aldrich Killian? And it is Switzerland.
Yep, Bern, Switzerland.
So the answer at number 3 was Switzerland.
So it was Millennium. New Year's Eve 1999 was when that party took place.
Look at them glasses now. Question number 4 from phase 2. What is the name of the red liquid subatomic particle that allows Ant-Man to shrink and grow? And it was the Pym particle. And this is it's going to be a restaurant, I think. Mm-hmm. Disneyland in California, I think it was. It's at one of them anyway, that are getting the new Avengers campus. So
yeah, it's California.
Yeah, I think well, Disneyland Paris is getting it as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a Pym restaurant that has massive and tiny versions of food.
I can't wait to see that. It's going to be so cool.
Good, yeah.
So So it's the Pym particle. Now, question number 5 was, what is the name the dark red liquid the Dark Elves intended to use to bring eternal darkness upon the 9 realms? And it was. That's a long question.
No, I didn't know how else to word it. I want it to be accurate.
The ether.
Yeah. So also known as the reality stone. But as Thor points out, it's not a stone, it's an angry sludge.
Yeah. So the angry sludge is called ether. You don't get a point for angry sludge. Well, I suppose it is the last week, so...
Yeah, I'd give a point for angry sludge.
Question number 6 now was, what is the name of the ancient artefact that housed the Power Stone? And the answer to this one was the orb.
Yep. That we see right through the Guardians film.
Mm-hmm. So that was the orb. So hopefully you've got that, and hopefully you've done quite well during phase 1 and 2, and now we'll move on to phase 3.
Yeah. I don't think phase 1 and 2 was that bad.
11 out of 12 for Team Fallon. Ooh, well done. Great effort.
Good start for the Fallon.
Oh. So, phase 3, part 1, we'll do first.
Yep, so the films we have here are Civil War, I'm done already, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Thor Ragnarok.
Kaylee 11 out of 12, Laura 10 out of 12. That's amazing. Well done, guys. That's really good this week.
At least it's not that hard then. I thought it was... I think phase 3 is maybe a bit harder.
Here we go then. We shall see.
It's all downhill for you.
So, question 1.
So the 3 bases of the Masters of the Mystic Arts include the New York Sanctum and the London Sanctum. Where is the 3rd Sanctum located? So the Masters of the Mystic Arts have 3 bases, New York, London, and which other sanctum?
Give you a wee minute to work that out or try and discuss it between your households. Hello?
Okay, so question 2. Who is the creator of Sakaar and the father of the Contest of Champions? So this is from Ragnarok. So who is the creator of Sakaar and also the father of the Contest of Champions?
I think that's a hard one.
Really?
I think so, I don't know.
Well, who else could it be though?
Well, true, but I don't know.
I don't think that one's too bad.
We'll see.
We'll see what everyone gets for it.
I think the first week was the most savage question-wise. I think after that, it's been a bit easier, I think.
Yeah.
But week 1 was so hard, I think.
Question 3. Which 2 Avengers debut in Captain America Civil War? So which 2 Avengers debut in Captain America Civil War?
Guardians t-shirt on. So cool.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so question number 4. Why was Nebula not allowed to eat the yarrow root?
The look of that just... Why would you want to eat that anyway?
She is an alien.
No, I know, but still. Come on, there's surely nicer things than that to eat. Like,
Yeah.
It just looks horrible, I would say.
But, it doesn't look nice. Okay, so question number 5. What does Peter name the Spider-Man suit AI system?
I actually thought for some reason we'd done this before, this question. I don't know if we've discussed it in another one.
Yeah, it was discussed in another question.
I think somebody had put this answer instead of the answer. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, instead of I know what it was instead of, but I'm not going to say it. So what does Peter name the Spider-Man suit AI system? I can't remember who it was actually that got muddled up.
I can't remember either.
I think it was one of the.
I don't know.
One of the girls in the chat. I'm not sure. So I might have just given them the answer. Okay, so question 6.
Oh no, there is no.
There is no question 6.
I thought there was as well. Oh well.
It's been a long day.
This one's got 6 questions.
Yep,
this is part 2 from phase 3, and the movies are.
So we have Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah. So here we go. Question 1. Spider-Man teams up with Mysterio to defeat which elemental? Mysterio's creepy ass, man. What was it? What were we watching? Oh, was it not your game actually? The Spider-Man for the PS4, and he called him Fishbowl Head or something like that.
Ah, yeah.
Spider-Man teams up with Mysterio to defeat which elemental?
Spider-Man for the PS4 is brilliant. I love it.
I know, Stuart's addicted to it though.
Yeah, I love it.
So, question 2. What do Clow and Killmonger steal? I can't say his name. I know, I've done that last time as well. What do Claw and Killmonger steal from a museum in London?
Yeah, that dog.
Yeah, our neighbours have got a new dog and it just barks all day. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
It's not even a bark, it's a yelp.
It's a tiny thing and it's so yelpy. So, what do Claw and Killmonger steal from a museum in London? That was question 2. Question number 3 now. During the time travel test, how many versions of Scott do we see? And that's including present day. I love this bit. I love it.
So this is from Endgame when they're doing the time travel test. With obviously Scott.
Scott Lang.
So I think he's with Hulk, Steve Rogers and Black Widow.
So during the time travel test, how many versions of Scott do we see, including present day?
I'm only just realising that there are quite a few questions that
I know that's
incite conversation. So it's like a discussion.
I was going to say that's one that you'll need to discuss, I would say. And this is question 4. So, what is fired from Star-Lord's blasters when he attempts to kill Gamora on Nowhere?
This is from Infinity War.
So, what is fired from Star-Lord's blasters when he attempts to kill Gamora on Nowhere? Hopefully you'll get that one. I think that's quite a memorable scene, I would say. Because it's like a bit of a surprise. Question number 5. In Captain Marvel, what was the name of the project formed to study the Tesseract? That's a hard one, I think. Yeah,
I think that's quite a difficult one.
I really, really enjoy Captain Marvel. I love Captain Marvel, but I think it's one of those ones where a lot of people maybe just watch it a few times and then that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I've only seen it maybe 3 or 4 times, which for me isn't a lot for a Marvel film, because I've normally seen them all like
on repeat
10 times.
Yeah. So in Captain Marvel, what was the name of the project formed to study the Tesseract? That was question 5, and we do have a question 6 on this round.
Yeah.
So here it is. Who does Scott call after he has a dream about Janet?
This was from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So, who does Scott call after he has a dream about Janet? Hopefully that's a fairly obvious one. So, just give you a minute, because some of them were you had to think about them, or maybe discuss them within your household. So just give you a minute to fill in any gaps if you've got any, and go through the answers. So, question 1.
So question 1, the 3 bases of the Masters of the Mystic Arts include the New York Sanctum and the London Sanctum. Where is the 3rd Sanctum located? And it is in Hong Kong. So that's where they have the final battle at the end of Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Question 2, who is the creator of Sakaar and the father of the Contest of Champions? And the answer is the Grandmaster.
I love him.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's so good.
He was on RuPaul's Drag Race, did I tell you that?
No.
He was a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Doesn't surprise me.
He's just such a
he'll do
funny
anything.
guy.
He's wacky.
We need to finish that on Disney Plus, actually. The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, we need to watch that. So question 3. Which 2 Avengers debut in Captain America Civil War? And it is Black Panther and Spider-Man, who both went on to get their own films. Well, multiple films. This is a 3rd Spider-Man and a Black Panther sequel as well, due. Well, it'll be a while before Black Panther 2, I think. A couple of years.
Well, especially now with all the setbacks, yeah. So, moving on now to question 4.
So why was Nebula not allowed to eat the yarrow root? And the answer is, it wasn't ripe.
Like, why would you want to eat that? Regardless if you're an alien or not, you all know you wouldn't eat that. Look at that thing on the end, that funny thing. Caitlin is patiently waiting for the picture round. Oh, we're nearly there. You done so well last week, Caitlin.
Yeah. The picture round's quite good this week, I think.
Yeah. Question 5 for part 1.
So what does Peter name the Spider-Man suit AI system? And it is Karen.
So whoever put that before, I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah, but it was the question about Edith.
Yeah, it was Edith, and they put Karen instead of Edith. Because in my head I was thinking, I think we've done this before, but then I remembered that somebody had put somebody had put Karen instead of Edith on.
Yeah.
And that's what made me remember.
So yeah, well done if you got Karen.
Yeah. Oh, it was Laura.
So did you get that one right then?
I hope you got it right, I know. Question number 1.
Yep,
phase
so
2.
phase 3 part 2. Spider-Man teams up with Mysterio to defeat which elemental? And the answer is Molten Man.
Spooky guy like.
So I think there's 4 elementals, and I think Mysterio defeats Sandman and somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. So I think he fights 2 of them, then Peter Parker's in Venice or Prague or something when the 3rd one, Mysterio fights the 3rd one, then they team up together to fight Molten Man.
Yes, and I remember the Friday one too now.
Friday's Iron Man's AI after Jarvis becomes Ultron.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep, so Molten Man, the fire elemental. So, question 2, what do Claw and Killmonger steal from a museum in London? And it was vibranium.
Anyone else see in Age of Ultron that one of Tony's backup AIs was Tadashi from Big Hero 6? No way.
Oh, I've never seen that. I know that there are multiple
links. Well, Easter eggs.
Well, no, it's like when he's choosing which AI to put in, they're on little cards and it's like a Sharpie written on them. And I knew that there was multiple ones, but I've never actually paid attention to what they say.
That's so cool.
Only the Friday one. But that's a cool fact.
I know, I like that.
So yeah, vibranium. So that was the
That
African axe thing. That's actually
yeah.
vibranium.
Don't they steal a mask too?
Killmonger steals a mask, yeah. On his way out, he just fancies it, so he picks it up. but the whole reason why they go to the museum is to get the vibranium together as a pair.
Look at his hair again.
That hair.
Oh, we had mask too. Oh no.
So yeah, it's only Killmonger that steals the mask, but that's not why they're there. He just takes that on the way out,
For
like
the fun
I say.
of it.
Yeah, but the whole reason why they're there is to get that. Okay.
That mask was the same one he had in the comics too. That's cool.
Sam's full of the facts.
No, loving
That's
these
good.
facts, Sam.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so moving on to question 3. During the time travel test, how many versions of Scott do we see, including present day? So the answer is 4. So that's him as teenager. So I think that's the first. Is that the first one? That's the first one I think that he comes back as. Then he comes back as an old man.
And then a baby.
And then a baby. Yeah. So including himself, that's 4 versions. So yeah, that was a funny scene.
I like that.
I tried to get a picture of the baby one, but they were all blurry online. I couldn't find a good one. So. Yep, that's right about the Spider-Man AI has only been Karen from Homecoming. So, question 4. What is fired from Star-Lord's blasters when he attempts to kill Gamora on Nowhere? And the answer is bubbles.
Like that's quite a memorable scene, I would say.
Yeah, it's very good.
So hopefully he's got
It's like a very tense scene because he obviously promises Gamora, and then he's kind of a standoff with Thanos, and he pulls the trigger, savage, but he doesn't kill her. So, question 5. In Captain Marvel, what was the name of the project formed to study the Tesseract? And it was Project Pegasus. So we see it written on Wendy Lawson's name tag, and also when Captain Marvel and Nick Fury go to the Joint Dark Energy Division. Okay, so question number 6. Who does Scott call after he has a dream about Janet? And the answer was Hank. So he has a little flip phone hidden in his wall. So he takes that out to call Hank, and then they then kidnap him. Okay, so that's us. General knowledge.
So yeah, now we're moving on to general knowledge. There's going to be 7 questions here. So here we go. Question 1. What is the collective name for the first 3 phases in the MCU? So they have a name. So what is the collective name for the first 3 phases in the MCU?
Sorry, there will be no Finding Nemo quiz.
9 out of 11. I've only seen Far From Home once and just froze on Captain Marvel question. Oh no, sorry.
Pressure.
8 out of 11. That's still really good. Well done, Kaylee. These are brilliant scores.
Really
well done,
good.
Laura and Kaylee.
So I'm glad they're not too easy.
So question number 2. How many MCU films has Black Widow appeared in, excluding post-credit scenes? So I think this can catch a lot of people out because they sometimes include post-credit scenes, but this is excluding them.
The Fallons have fallen apart.
Oh no! Well done, Sam. 10 out of 11. That's amazing for Sam, Matt and Steph. That's brilliant.
Really good.
So how many MCU films has Black Widow appeared in, excluding post-credit scenes? That was number 2. Number 3. What is the 16th film in the MCU? See, I think these are hard, these ones. This is like a stab in the dark, I would say. That would be for me anyway.
I didn't particularly like putting these questions in because I think it's a bit of a lazy question, but I think it's a good question to get people talking and thinking, stuff like that, so I just put it in.
So what is the 16th film in the MCU? Question number 4 now. Outside of the 4 Avengers movies, which MCU film is the highest grossing? I could have sworn we had this as well, but I take it was... What is the highest grossing in the MCU? What MCU film is the highest grossing? Do we have that one?
No. We had the longest runtime last week was outside of the 4 Avengers movies, which MCU film has the longest runtime. So that was on last week's quiz. But we've not had the highest grossing one.
So outside of the 4 Avengers movies, which MCU film is the highest grossing?
I don't think so anyway. I don't know. You got me doubting myself.
I don't know.
I might be wrong.
There's been so many now, we're just like, what?
I know, yeah. Well, that is, 40 questions over 5 weeks.
I know.
That's a lot of questions.
So, question number 5. How many films are set to feature in Phase 4 of the MCU? So this is if you've done your research.
Yeah. So
if not, just take a wild guess.
A big announcement made at, was it D23?
Yeah, D23.
Although things have slightly changed now recently. So I think there are more films than was originally forecast.
So how many films are set to feature in Phase 4? Question number 6 is our Stan Lee cameo, which has been a running fave, I think.
Yeah.
So in which film did Stan Lee shout, "Hey man, make love, not war"? So in which film did Stan Lee shout, "Hey man, make love, not war"? I love that he does a cameo in the movies though.
Yeah. He's had a lot of great cameos.
So question number 7. How many snaps of the Infinity Gauntlet are there? So how many times do people snap their fingers when they've got the Infinity Gauntlet on? How many snaps of the Infinity Gauntlet are there? This is kind of like if you know it, then that's amazing. If not, just take a guess on the number.
This could throw a lot of people though.
I think it could.
You need to really think about it.
So we'll go through the answers. I'll just give you a minute just to fill in any gaps or discuss if you want to discuss any of these questions.
That last one is debatable as well, but...
Oh God.
I'm putting what I think's the right answer.
Oh no, here we go. So, when the gauntlet has all the stones, or even when it wasn't full?
Yeah, so with all the stones. That is a very good question. I never actually thought of that before.
With or without jewels?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
So with the stones, a proper snap. Good question. I missed that.
So I'll just give you a few minutes then, because some people might have put without.
In 5 weeks,
stones.
like almost 200 questions. That's the first time that anyone's like questioned a question.
That's good though, I love that.
Yeah. I was doing so well.
Like, it was like me last week, and I couldn't even speak, I don't think, last week. I was just like, whoa.
That's why some of the questions are worded really long though, because I want to make sure that it's completely clear.
You want to make sure that I cannot say them, that's
yeah,
So, question 1. What is the collective name for the first 3 phases in the MCU?
Yep, so it is the Infinity Saga. got that. I love that poster.
Yeah, that is epic. We actually need to get some of those framed, those ones that you've got.
Okay, so question 2. How many MCU films has Black Widow appeared in, excluding post-credit scenes? And the answer is 7. So the 4 Avengers movies, Iron Man 2, Captain America the Winter Soldier, which that picture's from, and Captain America Civil War. She did make a post-credit cameo in Captain Marvel, in the run-up to Endgame. But the answer to that question is 7.
So
question 3, what is the 16th film in the MCU? And the answer is Spider-Man Homecoming.
I like that poster. I really like that poster. I don't know if it's the colours or I don't know. It's just very inviting.
I'm not sure because like one of the DVDs have that colour. I don't know if it's like a collector sleeve or if it's a Blu-ray version or what. But yeah, it's a cool poster. It's the Washington Monument. It's in the background because that's his jacket from the what's it called? Academic Decathlon. So well done if you got that one. Okay, so question 4. Outside of the 4 Avengers movies, which MCU film is the highest grossing? And the answer is Black Panther.
I wouldn't have thought it would be Black Panther.
Yeah. I think there's now 8 films that have reached $1 billion.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I think Iron Man 3, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Civil War. I think that's right. Might be wrong. And the 4 Avengers films.
Yeah.
Okay, so question 5. How many films are set to feature in Phase 4 of the MCU? So we spoke before about the announcement at D23. It's actually changed since then. So the answer is 6. So this picture was the original
lineup. Yeah,
the original lineup. So it's now slightly changed. So the first 3 remain Black Widow, Eternals, and Shang-Chi. The 4th film will now be Spider-Man 3 after Marvel and Sony kissed and made up. And then the 5th film will be Thor Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has been moved to number 6 in Phase 4. So well done if you got that one right. That was a difficult one.
Yeah, that was a hard one. For me, that would be like a stab in the dark one. I think I'd have to just take a guess on that one.
There's so much content like coming out in the next couple of years with the films and Disney Plus. Exciting.
So question 6, is there a cameo?
Yep, so our weekly Stan Lee cameo question. In which film did Stan Lee shout, "Hey man, make love, not war"? And it was Avengers Endgame. His second posthumous and final MCU cameo.
Oh, that's sad.
As John Watts decided not to put a cameo in Far From Home.
Why not though? Like, it's his favourite, like Spider-Man's his favourite.
I know, but I think he thought it was just fitting that it sort of ended there.
They are, yeah.
I get it.
No, I understand, but it's just a shame.
So, question 7. How many snaps of the Infinity Gauntlet are there when it's full of stones? So the answer is 4. So there's 1 snap at the end of Infinity War by Thanos, and the second snap happens off screen at the beginning of Endgame in the garden. He used the stones to destroy the stones. And the 3rd snap was Hulk bringing everybody back, and then the 4th snap was Iron Man to kill them all the bad guys.
Caitlin saved us on the gauntlet answer. Well done.
She's about to bring you back for the picture round as well, I think.
I know. So now we'll go on to guess the movie. So there's going to be 5 pictures, and you have to tell us which movie these photos are from. I said 4, my husband is arguing 5. Does Does he snap to leave Earth to go to the garden?
No, he just uses the space stone to he just disappears through a portal. So he only needs a space stone to do that. He doesn't need to snap to do that.
Oh no, domestic at Laura's house. So question 1, which movie is this scene from? That was my argument. So guess the movie from this scene. I think that's fairly obvious, that one, I would say.
Yin and yang.
So question 2, which movie is this from? I love those trolls. My mum hated them. I was never allowed them trolls. She was so scared of them. She hated them.
I never had them.
My cousin had them and I was so jealous. She had one that had pink hair. I don't know. It's just the thing. Like,
no, for me.
my mum would never, or she wouldn't allow me to have that in the house. She hated them. She was so scared of the trolls. They're cute. I think they're cute. Look at their hair. So, which movie is this picture from with the troll? And question 3, what movie is this from? They are so creepy. Oh, I like the trolls. So, what scene is this movie from? A picture from, sorry.
And I've also just realised that this scene was actually in 2 different films. So I'll explain that during the answer so that you can give yourself a point. You've got 2
chances.
Yeah, 2 potential films. That was a mistake on my part.
Question 4, what movie is this picture from? Nick Fury chilling. So what movie is this screenshot from?
That chair's seen better days, isn't it?
Oh, I know. So, moving on now to 5. What movie is this picture from? So, what movie is this screenshot from? I'll give you a little minute and then we'll move on to quotes. So, there's going to be 5 quotes and all you need to tell us is the movie. So you don't need to say who said the quote, it's just which movie is this quote from.
If you want to give yourselves bonus points at home for who said it, then that's up to you.
Yeah. However you're marking it at home, you can choose.
Okay, so quote number 1. Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Now, this is obvious who says this, but...
I think it's pretty obvious.
But which movie is this from, this quote?
Although there are 2 major characters that have lost an eye.
But, I don't know.
But yeah, it's pretty obvious. But I don't think the film is. I think the film's a bit of a...
Aye, it's pretty obvious.
What film it's in?
No, aye. You just said aye,
oh,
it's pretty
right,
obvious.
aye. So yeah, I don't think the film's obvious.
No. Right.
Okay, so question 2. I do anything and everything that Mr. Stark requires, including occasionally taking out the trash. So I do anything and everything that Mr. Stark requires, including occasionally taking out the trash.
I like this character. I know it's not looking for the character, but...
Okay, so quote 3. Teach me.
A wee simple one.
Short and sweet.
4 now.
We Have a Hulk.
These are quite short ones this week, actually.
Yeah. I think that one's... if you don't get that one, you'll kick yourself when you...
know what movie it's from.
Yeah, when you get the answer. I don't think the quote round this week is that easy. I think...
Yeah, this is a hard one. Some of the ones last week were quite easy. Yeah. That's from 2 movies. We Have a Hulk.
Oh. I can't think of the second film. I'm trying to think.
So if it's from 2, then put the 2 down. And when we do the answer, you can let us know.
Yeah, you'll get a point for either.
Quote number 5.
Avengers Assemble.
So.
I can't think of that.
Oh, that's going to annoy you now.
I can't believe that's 2 questions this week.
I know, final week as well. We've let ourselves slide this week.
Let myself down. Disappointed.
So, going on to the guess the movie round with the pictures. What movie is this from? And the answer was Black Panther.
Yeah.
So
that's Black Panther landing in Wakanda after his mission at the beginning of the film.
And question 2, little troll. What movie is this from? And it was Guardians of the Galaxy. He swaps that orb over, doesn't he? Well, he
switches it out, yeah. Second movie is Infinity War.
Question number 3. What movie is this?
Yep,
have you got it?
Penny's just dropped, aye. Yeah, it's at the beginning. Yeah. I've got it. Loki. Yeah.
Loki to Thanos, Sam's just said.
That's ironic as well because it was... Somebody said it to Loki.
So, what movie is this scene from? And the answer was Thor Ragnarok.
So this was also in the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange, which I later realised. So if you put Doctor Strange, I mean, it's up to you how generous you want to be, because in Doctor Strange it was in a post-credit scene, but it was in the proper Ragnarok film.
Picture number 4, what movie is this? And the answer was Spider-Man Far From Home.
So that's when Fury shoots Ned with a tranquilizer.
So that was Far From Home. And question 5, what movie is this? And that was The Avengers.
Love that scene. Puny God.
So that was The Avengers movie. Now we're going on to quotes. So quote number 1, last time I trusted someone I lost an eye. And that was from
Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
And that was Nick Fury. So hopefully you got that.
So they're talking about trust issues after they go on their rescue mission on the Lemurian Star, and Black Widow is there on a different mission that Fury doesn't tell Steve Rogers about. What was the answer for question 4? Was that the film round?
Yeah.
The picture round, sorry.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Did you get question 5, Laura, or was it just question 4 that you didn't catch?
You can move on now.
Yeah, so quote number 2. I do anything and everything that Mr. Stark requires, including occasionally taking out the trash. And that was from Iron Man, and it was Pepper Potts that said it. Bless her. So question number 2 was Iron Man, and quote number 2, sorry. Quote number 3 was teach me, and that was from Doctor Strange.
Yeah. How did they prove that?
Quote number 5, Kevin was proving Thanos did snap his fingers to go in the garden.
He never though.
Quote number 4 was we have a Hulk, and that was from the Avengers. It was Tony Stark that said that.
So Tony said it to Loki, and then Loki said it to Thanos in Infinity War. So if you put Infinity War, you get a point.
YouTube.
just YouTube. Reasons.
And question number 5 now was Avengers Assemble, and that was from Avengers Endgame, and that was Captain America. Didn't he teleport with the Space Stone to get to the garden?
Yeah. He closes his fist, and the Space Stone teleports him away. He doesn't snap his fingers to get to the garden.
I can't believe you are still discussing that, Laura. Like, that's such a shame. You're never going to hear the end of that now. By closing his fist, yeah.
He doesn't need 6 stones to get to the garden. He only needs 1.
So that is the end of our quiz. So thank you so much. He actually snapped his fingers. He showed me.
Never. That's been photoshopped.
Oh God! Now we're starting a debate.
I'm going to go put it on right now and check.
So thanks so much for joining us, guys. If you've joined us over the 5 weeks, like, thank you so much. And even if you've just joined tonight, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
The other quizzes are up there if you want something to do.
Yeah, all 5 quizzes are available.
Yeah, but we've loved doing this, haven't we?
Yeah.
So please don't make me look this up.
I'm with Sam because he appears to know like everything there is to know. So I'm confident.
If you can let us know your scores, so when the live ends, we can't see the live chat. David Fallon, 31 out of 40, well done. Kaylee, 33 out of 40, that's amazing.
Very good scores, well done.
If you can go back on and comment after the live is finished and it's back on my channel, if you can comment your scores so we can go back on and check. It did take a while to go on last week though. But if you can go back and just leave a comment of what you got, that would be amazing, so we could go back and see how he's done. So Sam and I are super fans, and we're sure he closes it. Including bonus points, we got 41. Well done.
Very, very good.
That's amazing.
Really good
Thanks so
scores.
much for joining us tonight, guys. I was just here to write the answers. I hope you all enjoyed it, and have a good Thursday and the rest of your weekend. So, well done, Laura. 31 out of 40. That's amazing.
Aye, so like we say, thanks for joining us for the last 5 weeks. We've really enjoyed writing these quizzes and doing them. Just unfortunately, we don't have the time to carry on.
Which is a shame, but we're not saying we're never going to do another one, but it won't be like a weekly thing. Just we're going back to work and stuff. So.
Yeah, finding 40 questions a week is taking its toll.
So thank you so much, guys. Like I say, if you could leave your comments after, that would be amazing. Just once the live goes back onto my channel, just so that we can see how he's done. Because although we can see some just now, it's a forgetful thing. So that would be great. And thanks very much. Thank you.